Yo, yesterday was the first day that I failed to record a Tea with Ty. So this seemed like the perfect time to talk about messing up in regards to self-improvement. I got my notes down here so I don't mess this up too much. So let's begin. Often when we start establishing a new habit, we adopt an all or nothing mindset. This can apply to starting an exercise routine, quitting smoking, doing a daily journaling habit. And in a way, this mindset makes sense. We're trying to become a better person. We're trying to behave vastly different than the old version of ourselves. But this binary approach can be unrealistic and self-defeating. We put ourselves in a position where when we make a mistake, we begin beating ourselves up and we start to feel guilty. We think that maybe we haven't tried hard enough, or we just weren't determined enough, or maybe that we're not good enough. And if we internalize these messages, we can end up convincing ourselves to not try again. So what can we do instead? In my opinion, self-improvement is less about getting good at the habits themselves and more about getting good at starting again. I actually got this from my meditation practice and would argue that this misunderstanding of meditation is why most people who quit meditating do so. So, when you sit down to meditate, you close your eyes and begin focusing on your breath, what happens almost immediately is some other thought pops into your head. Maybe something you should have already done, or something that's coming up that you should do, or something that you could be doing instead of meditating. And a lot of people feel like in this moment that they're failing, when in reality, all they need to do is acknowledge that that thought has popped up and go back to trying to focus on their breath. And in like a 30-minute meditation session, this can happen where thoughts come up and you have to refocus maybe 100 times. And again, people can think if this goes down that they're bad at meditating, that they're just not good at blocking out all these other thoughts. But in reality, this is just 100 reps of getting back to your breath. It's 100 reps of getting back on track. And these are reps that will eventually add up and strengthen your ability to get into the groove and stay there for longer. So this lesson applies to almost all of your self-improvement endeavors because, mistakes are unavoidable, meaning a 100% success rate is just completely unreasonable. And if you think about it, this makes sense because if you had to have a 100% success rate in order to get good at something, none of us would ever be good at anything. I'm reminded of the quote, what is that? The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. So, in conclusion, let's get away from this all or nothing mindset. Let's stop beating ourselves up. Let's be kind to ourselves and adopt more of a get back on track or start again mindset. So, that's all I got today. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon for tonight's episode of Tea with Ty. Peace.